All right, buckle up, everybody, because we are diving headfirst into ServiceTitan's Winter 2025 release.
This one's a big one.
It is. We've got the release notes, ST72, and there's a lot to unpack. I mean, they've got updates for everyone. Admins, CSRs, even the accounting folks are going to want to hear about this.
Yeah, what really struck me was how much they focused on user feedback. It's clear they've been listening to what people actually need out in the field.
Okay, so let's jump right in with dispatching, because that's where some of the biggest changes are. First up, the weekly dispatch board.
Game changer.
Totally. Especially if you're dealing with multi-day jobs or big installations, No more spreadsheets and sticky notes everywhere.
Right, like finally it's all centralized. See your whole week at a glance, technician availability, drag and drop jobs. It's beautiful.
It really is. No more last-minute scrambles, no more frantic phone calls. And speaking of communication, the improved dispatch messaging is a huge win, too.
Oh yeah, that multimedia messaging is going to be huge. Sending photos, videos, it's like being right there on the job site.
Exactly. Way less room for misunderstandings, fewer mistakes, just better communication all around. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about Enterprise Hub.
They really beefed up Enterprise Hub this time around. A lot of great enhancements for more control, transparency.
Yeah, starting with the new Enterprise Hub user role reports. These are going to save people so much time.
Absolutely. You can instantly see who has access to what across the entire organization. No more digging through spreadsheets or tracking people down for information. It's all right there.
Plus, think about the security aspect. You know you're compliant, you've got a clear audit trail, sensitive data is protected.
Right? Peace of mind. And speaking of saving time, that centralized price book inventory tracking, huge for multi-location businesses.
Oh, tell me about it. Imagine one single source of truth for all your inventory data. No more discrepancies, no more manual updates, way fewer errors.
And less frustration for everybody, too. You're never going to accidentally oversell something you don't have in stock again.
No more angry customers. Speaking of happy customers, did you see the performance improvements they made to the roll-up reports?
Oh yeah, 65% faster on average, and some complex reports are running 10 times faster.
10 times. That's got to make a big difference for those big decisions, when you need that data fast.
Oh, absolutely. Faster reports mean faster analysis, faster reactions to changes, which can be huge in this industry. But it's not just about speed, it's also about what happens if, let's say, someone who owns a report leaves the company.
Right. That's where the new pending state for scheduled reports comes in.
Smart move. If the owner gets deactivated, the report goes into pending mode until someone else with the right permissions can take over.
No lost data, no recreating things from scratch. It just keeps ticking along.
Business continuity. And speaking of control, there are even more granular permissions for centralized price book management.
Yeah, you can really fine-tune who can do what, who can make changes. It's great for preventing errors and keeping everything consistent.
Right, making sure the right people are making the decisions. And it's not just about internal stuff. They've also added some interesting features for attracting new business.
Second chance leads for basic phones. I think that one's going to be really popular.
Oh yeah, smart move. Not every call turns into a booked job, right? But now you can actually purchase those leads and reach back out to them.
It's like a second chance, like the name says.
Yeah.
Someone calls, they're not ready to book right then, but maybe later they are. You can follow up, offer them a promotion.
Capture more business. And it plays right into the whole data-driven approach ServiceTitan is going for,
Yeah.
using the information you already have.
Exactly. Now let's talk about job planning and management. They redesigned the task management flyout. Just a small thing, but
those little things matter. It matches the look and feel of everything else now.
makes it easier to use. Everything flows better.
Right. Consistency is key. And speaking of flow, how about those new filters in the membership's follow-up table?
Oh, yeah. You can filter by business unit, by membership status, by customer. Super helpful for managing your membership program.
Way easier to identify those members who need follow-ups, schedule those recurring services, and make sure everyone's getting the most out of their membership.
Keeps people coming back, and that's good for everyone. Now, let's not forget about mobile security.
Oh, definitely. They introduced a whole new login screen for the mobile app, which is a big step towards enhanced security. Gets them ready for multi-factor authentication.
Which is so important these days, right?
Yeah.
We're all using our phones for everything. Got to keep that data safe. Speaking of keeping things secure, those new payroll approvals features.
Yeah, huge for control and peace of mind. You can review, approve, dispute, even lock payrolls. Every step of the way, making sure it's done right.
No more accidental approvals, no more unauthorized changes. It's like having a safety net for your payroll.
Exactly. Now, are you ready for the big one? The feature that's going to change everything?
Global search. It's so simple, but so powerful. No more clicking through menus trying to remember specific terms.
Just type what you need and boom, it's there. Recent searches, typo tolerance, it's like magic.
And it really is. Talk about a time saver. Okay, now let's move on to supply chain, because they've made some big strides in streamlining procurement processes.
That WinSupply full procurement integration is going to be huge for anyone who works with WinSupply.
Up-to-date catalogs and pricing right in ServiceTitan. No more calling or emailing for quotes.
And you can submit electronic purchase orders directly through ServiceTitan too. So much faster, so much less room for error.
They're rolling it out for other regional suppliers too, like APR Supply, Famous Supply, Reese Morse Co.
Streamlining everything makes life easier for everyone. Speaking of easier, did you see the changes to the Help Center?
Oh yeah, the new email case creation experience is so much better.
The rich text editor, embedding images, adding extra recipients, it's like a whole new world.
No more struggling to explain complex issues. You can create clear, informative support requests and get those problems solved faster.
Exactly. Now, are you ready for a little sneak peek into the future? We're talking Pro products, some exciting things coming soon. Let's start with Dispatch Pro.
Dispatch Assist. People are already buzzing about this one.
Yeah, it's all about giving businesses more control, even when they're using AI-powered recommendations.
So Dispatch Assist suggests job assignments, but it always asks for your approval before doing anything.
Combines the best of both worlds. The power of AI, but with a human in the loop.
Love it. Okay, Fleet Pro, they've made some nice improvements to alert management.
The new layout is much cleaner, easier to configure alerts, and stay on top of everything.
Simple, but effective. And multi-location businesses are going to love the new cross-tenant router in Scheduling Pro.
Oh yeah, big one. You can route customers to different schedulers across multiple ServiceTitan accounts, all from a single website. Super seamless for customers. No more getting bounced around between different branches. They just enter their info once, and the system takes care of the rest.
Love it. And the Scheduling Pro onboarding process just got a whole lot easier too.
The integrated preview is a nice touch. Real-time updates, as you configure your schedule, you can see exactly what you're doing.
No more guesswork. They've made some great enhancements for the customer booking experience too.
More control over the look and feel of your scheduler, clickable links, more generic icons. It's all about creating a more engaging and user-friendly experience.
First impressions matter. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, but there's still more to come.
In the next part of our deep dive, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the new permissions and API changes, so stay tuned.
All right, welcome back. We just covered a ton of exciting new features in the first part of our deep dive into ServiceTitan's Winter 2025 release.
Yeah, we barely scratched the surface.
We did. But now let's get into something that might seem a little behind the scenes, but is actually crucial to how it all works. Permissions. Permissions are the backbone of any good software, right? They control who has access to what, keeps things running smoothly and securely.
Exactly. And this release adds a bunch of important new permissions for all kinds of roles. Like, remember that new pending state for scheduled reports?
Yeah, if the report owner leaves, it doesn't just disappear.
Right. Well, they've got specific permissions now for managing those pending reports. So you never lose access, no matter what.
Makes sense. Keeps everything running smoothly.
Exactly. And you see the same attention to detail with the new permissions around the centralized price book inventory tracking. You can really get granular about who can see what and who can make changes.
Oh yeah, that's huge for preventing those accidental mistakes. Like, oops, I didn't mean to change the price on 5,000 widgets.
Exactly. And keeps the data accurate. It's all about striking that balance, right? Giving people the access they need to do their jobs, but also protecting sensitive information.
A well-designed permission system is kind of like that security guard at the front desk, making sure only the right people get in.
Love that analogy. And speaking of getting things right, the new payroll approvals permissions are a great example of how they're thinking about the whole workflow.
Oh yeah, those are going to be popular.
Granular permissions for reviewing, approving, disputing, even locking down payrolls.
Every step of the way, you've got control.
Right. No more worries about accidental approvals or someone messing with the numbers.
Ew. Gives business owners some peace of mind.
For sure. Now, before we move on, there's one more area we've got to touch on. This one's for the techies in the audience, API changes.
Ah, yes, the behind-the-scenes stuff that makes everything tick.
Exactly. And there are some notable updates to the membership's API this time. They've added new endpoints for exporting membership status changes, for example,
Yeah, okay.
and for grabbing custom field data. Plus, they added more details to existing endpoints, things like duration, billing frequency, the membership type name.
I'll admit that's a bit over my head. Can you translate that for those of us who aren't, coding wizards?
Basically, it means developers have more tools to play with, more flexibility and power when they're building custom integrations with ServiceTitan.
So it's not just about making ServiceTitan better, it's about making it work better with all the other software businesses might be using.
You got it. Building a more connected ecosystem where everything talks to each other seamlessly.
So we've got dispatch improvements, reporting enhancements, super granular permissions, even API updates for developers. What I'm seeing here is that ServiceTitan is really paying attention to everyone who touches the business, from the techs in the field to the folks in the back office.
Absolutely. It's about creating a platform that works for everybody. And that's crucial in today's world.
Speaking of today's world, can we zoom out for a sec and talk about the bigger picture? Like, what does this release tell us about the future of the trades? What are the big takeaways?
Well, I think the main takeaway is that ServiceTitan is serious about helping trades businesses not just keep up, but actually thrive in this crazy, fast-changing world.
We're talking labor shortages, rising costs, more competition than ever. It's a lot to handle.
It is, but they're tackling those challenges head on, and they're doing it through technology.
It's like they're building a bridge, connecting the traditional world of trades with this whole digital revolution.
Totally. And another big takeaway is the focus on data. They're making data more accessible, more understandable, more actionable.
We saw that with those supercharged roll-up reports,
Yeah.
the second chance leads. It's like they're saying, hey, you're already collecting all this valuable data. Let's put it to work for you.
Exactly. Turning data into a real strategic asset. And I think the final takeaway is their dedication to customer experience.
Yeah, that's been a theme throughout this whole release.
From those Scheduling Pro updates to the Help Center improvements, even the way dispatchers can communicate with techs in the field, it's all about making the experience smoother, more intuitive, more human.
Because happy customers are repeat customers,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. ServiceTitan is helping trades businesses build stronger relationships with their customers, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, before we jump into the final part of our deep dive, I'm curious, what feature or update has you personally the most pumped?
Ooh, that's tough. So many good ones. But honestly, I think it's global search. It's just so simple, so elegant. I can't even count how many hours I've wasted clicking through menus trying to find stuff. Now it's just like, bam, there it is.
Totally agree. It's a game changer.
Oh,
Okay, you ready to move on to the last part of our deep dive?
let's do it.
All right, welcome back for the final part of our deep dive into ServiceTitan's Winter 2025 release. We've covered a ton of ground so far.
We have dispatching, reporting, permissions, even a little sneak peek into those products coming soon.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. But now I kind of want to step back, look at the big picture. Like, what does it all mean? What's the overall theme here?
You know what's really interesting to me? It's how they're tying all these different pieces together. It's not just a random bunch of features. It feels like a real strategy?
Okay, so we've got everything from dispatch improvements to enhanced reporting, slick new integrations, even a glimpse into some cutting-edge early access features. But what's the common thread?
I think the big takeaway here is that ServiceTitan is building an ecosystem. They're creating a platform that connects every single part of a trade's business, from the back office to the field, and even to the customer experience.
So it's like they're creating a central nervous system for the trades. All the information flows seamlessly between departments, teams, even different software systems.
Exactly. And that kind of integration is absolutely crucial in today's world. Think about all the challenges businesses are facing, right? Labor shortages, rising costs, crazy competition.
Yeah, it's a tough landscape out there.
It is. So it's not just about keeping up anymore. It's about doing more with less, streamlining everything, making smarter decisions faster. And that's where technology comes in.
And ServiceTitan is providing the tools to do just that. They're helping businesses go digital, become truly data-driven.
Absolutely. Another thing that really struck me with this release is how much they're focused on empowering users at every level.
Yeah, totally. You see it in the new permission structures, the way they've improved the user interfaces, even the emphasis on making those more complex features easier to understand.
They're not just building this for the executives or the managers, it's for everyone.
It's like they understand that a successful business needs everyone working together, right? The techs in the field, the CSRs, even the customers booking online.
Give your team the right tools, the right information, and magic happens. You unlock potential, you boost efficiency, everybody wins.
All right, so before we officially wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a little something to think about. This release is packed with potential, but it's up to each individual business to actually unlock that potential.
Couldn't agree more. Reading about these features is one thing, but putting them into practice, that's where the real magic happens.
So here's a question. How are you going to use ServiceTitan's Winter 2025 release to transform your business? What workflows can you streamline? What insights can you get from those new reports? What opportunities can you grab with those integrations?
Don't just read the release notes, dive in. Explore, experiment, get your hands dirty. The future of the trades is here, and ServiceTitan is leading the charge.
That's it for our deep dive into ServiceTitan's Winter 2025 release. Hope you found it helpful.
Remember, knowledge is power, but only when you use it. So take what you've learned today and go make some magic happen.
Explore the release notes, check out the training videos, and get ready to level up your business with ServiceTitan. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.